I like Metroidvanias in theory. They are the exact kind of adventure I come to video games for. Exploring a vast and labyrinthine alien world to find the tools that will allow me to survive and plumb its deepest secrets. But in practice, I am so terribly unskilled at these games that my curiosity quickly becomes frustration with my inability to progress, and the game gets left behind at 21% complete. In fact, I don't think I've actually finished a Metroidvania since the seminal Super Metroid, back when I was 12. My reflexes have only dulled with time, so every Metroidvania since inevitably demands a level of speed and precision beyond my ability to provide. I was prepared to repeat this cycle with Olija, but found a pleasant surprise instead. Olija is a 2D side-scrolling action platformer with a retro pixel aesthetic. You play as Faraday, lord of a blighted country who sets sail on a quest to feed his starving citizens, only to be shipwrecked on the cursed islands of Terraphage. In order to escape, you will need to explore the islands to kill monsters, find treasure, scavenge materials, and rescue the survivors of your crew. Along the way, you will build a new seaside town, romance the titular Princess Olija, and draw ever closer to the primordial darkness corrupting this strange place. However, the existential despair that grips the inhabitants of Terraphage need not extend to the player. Olija is a Metroidvania for people who enjoy, but are not particularly good at, Metroidvanias. The game is plenty challenging without ever becoming frustrating. It only expects you to reasonably learn, not unequivocally master, its mechanics in order to see the end. The combat is satisfyingly crunchy, rewarding skillful play while still being forgiving of mistakes. Faraday's primary weapon is a magic harpoon that can return to him after being thrown, or teleport him to its location. This makes Faraday incredibly mobile, able to zip from enemy to enemy, and it also enables him to explore the world and reach new places. You will acquire several secondary weapons along the way, like a crossbow and a shotgun, which can be useful for keeping crowds at a manageable distance. Chaining together moves without taking a hit builds momentum, increasing the power of subsequent strikes until you're batting enemies across the screen to explode into meaty chunks. Boss fights are decided by tactical thinking, not quick reflexes, and only the multi-part final battle became a repetitive chore. Thanks to the movement abilities of the harpoon, and later the moon sword, you don't need a PhD in platforming to reach the next level. No part of this game is gated by flawless execution. If you keep trying, you'll be able to muddle through. While the story is minimal, the world of Olija positively drips with atmosphere, like the black, viscous ichor that seeps through its every level. Terraphage is a ramshackle country populated by castaways and built almost entirely from shipwrecks. Every island you visit is shrouded in fog, adorned with decay and death. The people whisper about a dark god lurking beneath the waters, whose hunger cannot be sated. And all of it is backed with a hauntingly melancholic score that can make you cry at the memory of tragedies that never occurred. Olija is consistently creepy without ever crossing the line into outright horror. The palpable sense of dread comes from being in a world that is not merely indifferent, but hostile to human life. The setting is ominously foreboding, and some of the monsters can be quite terrifying to fight, especially if you have a spider phobia. But there are no real jump scares, no scream out loud moments. If you ever ask the question, what if H.P. Lovecraft wrote Moby Dick? This game is an acceptable answer. I thoroughly enjoyed my time with Olija. I was expecting to bounce off another Metroidvania once I hit the difficulty spike, but instead found an adventure that was just as accessible as it was enthralling. The elegant combat with an interesting gimmick, and the perfectly crafted atmosphere combined to elevate this game above its contemporaries in a very crowded genre. Hopefully being on Game Pass will get Olija in front of more eyes, because I, for one, cannot wait to see what Skeleton Crew develops next. A very promising debut.